Hey YouTube viewers, this is Rick V with Suncoast Garage. So welcome to my new channel, and today we are going to be working on a vehicle, a 2002 Mitsubishi Lancer, and we're going to change the struts. My YouTube channel is gonna be a little bit of a mechanical, and we're also gonna be reviewing a little bit of my fleet. I have a little fleet of cars that I want to go over, helping you get the cheapest and most reliable ride when you're out there looking for a vehicle and making the most wise decisions. So we're going to start this process. I'm going to show you guys what we have. Tools. We have the new strut. We have my little kit of metric size sockets that will help me take out this strut. And obviously I already took out the wheel, so of course I got the lug nuts right there. So going in here, so the last thing that you want to do with one of these boats, especially in a vehicle that is over 10 years old, is go in it without your handy WD-40. WD-40 is amazing, guys. Do not be scared to use it, especially when you're looking at this much dirt and grime and rust and oxidation of all sorts and types. So WD-40, definitely your best friend. So you want to get it here. You probably want to get it a little bit in there. And then we're gonna go down here. We're gonna get that bolt right there, because this is a bolt that we have to use to take this out. Right, guys, so I am about to take this thing out. It's gonna get a little loud. I have the air compressor gun, but here goes nothing. So this is the proper setup to take out the rear strut. So as you can tell, I had to put the car in one of these jacks, and you probably want to find a piece of 2x4 and get it in here in order to take this sucker out. That goes in here. So that's probably the right thing to do. I thought I was gonna wing it. Can't wing it in mechanics. You either do it right or you don't, and that's how you do it right. So we're gonna continue with this project. Now next we're going to the actual taking out of the strut. To take out, I need to take out the bolt inside. The thing, there's only 2 bolts inside the trunk. Shouldn't be too hard. It's 14mm bolts. This bolt down here is 17mm. And alright, fellow YouTubers, so taking out the spring was way harder than what I thought. Going back in here, so I had to take off this bolt here and this bolt under here to make this thing go loose. You gotta remember, this is a spring as well. And then when you unbolt this from the top, there's a little bit of suction from the strut being in there for so long. And yeah, so here's the strut. We just took it out, and we're going to replace it. As you can tell, I also had to put this spring placer in here to be able to remove the strut, because obviously the spring was making compression against the bottom piece, and it was really difficult to get out, more difficult than what I expected. The front struts were not this hard, not this hard at all. So here we go. So we are going to place the other spring holder. Here we go. This is not going to be a perfect thing either. You want it as parallel as possible to the other holder, but it's not going to be perfect. Don't sweat it too much. Your goal is to take the coil out
when we take out the strut.
Okay, so here I am going to put my lovely safety, and this goes in the bottom piece. And what this is going to do is going to lock in that bottom single tooth and give it a triple grip instead of a singular one. It's very important, especially when we're talking about springs in a vehicle. Beautiful day now here in Florida. Just a lot of love bugs. I don't know if any of you out there familiar with the love bugs. They're a pain in the neck. Destroy vehicles and the paint jobs, and they're the most acidic bug in this time of the season out here in Florida. And fortunately we're in the dry season. Yeah, we don't have seasons like you people up north. We only have two. It's called wet and dry and hurricane. That's all we got. Nothing more, nothing less. Doesn't get too awfully cold down here, and this is why we love the weather. That will be a Floridian forever. But it'd be nice to have seasons, I'm not gonna lie. It'd be very nice instead of having hot, humid, and a bunch of love bugs. But anyways, our safety is on, guys. It should look something like this. And you should be locking it in place. So this spring on this side, and we're going to try to make it even on this side now that we have it out. Same thing. So, and that. And we're going to even it out on the other side. Like butter. Alright guys, so we're about to take the coil and disassemble it away from the strut. Please try to keep all the pieces same way you found them. You can tell here. And I just took this bolt up here from the top. To take this bolt out, all you really need to do is get a firm grip on the middle of the strut, and then with an impact gun or an air gun, just and take it from the top. It's all really due to pressure, so it shouldn't be too difficult. So keep your things organized. You want to keep this boot as clear as possible. And yeah, and then just disassemble, and it's the moment of truth. You want to recover as much as of the original boot as possible. And yeah, this strut is gone. You saw that? So how do you know if a strut is bad or not? Well, here's the difference. This is the old strut, and when you go like this, you press it in. I shouldn't be able to press it in with too much manpower like that, and then it just stays. And so you know the strut is shot. The interesting part of the strut is that it's fairly new. It's very cheap parts. So we're gonna look at a new strut. And a new strut, you know if it's good or not. It does the same thing. As you can tell, it's a lot harder. And it goes back in place, and that's the secret of suspension right there. So we're gonna put this puppy back in with a brand new strut, and here's how these coils are looking for those that you were wondering. I'm gonna keep them like this, And this, so the tricky part gets here. So here we go. Here goes nothing. So take out the new bolt. We're gonna try to recover this boat because we don't want to reuse parts. I don't really want to go and buy new ones, especially if I don't really have to. And this part is fairly self-explanatory, if you ask me. Now I'm gonna put this in to the coil from the bottom to the top, and like butter. I'm not sure. Suspension goes this way. This puppy has to go in this way. We try to place it. This thing does move a little bit, so I'm not too worried about how it's going to be placed. But of course, I'm lazy, so I always do things once, not twice. So I'm positioning it as best as I can. Then I just put it back in its place. Even for new parts, sometimes you want to use WD-40. So I'm trying to look for my 18. This is the size of this bolt. Kind of want to hold it in place as best as I can. It's really hard to get a good grip on this thing. Very difficult. As you can tell, it's already going in. It's already going in. It's just, yeah, I gotta grip it correctly. This spring, like I said, front struts, do them first. You'll love your life afterwards. Back struts, back pain in the neck. Alright, that looks about right. You can tell that right there. And now it's showtime, boys and girls. Alright guys, so the suspension is in, pretty much. So when you install this thing, and make sure to have a handy jack just like this, and when you install it, to hold it into place, when you have to tie it in from the trunk, make sure to put the jack underneath to hold it in place, and then you can tie it in. And then you're gonna leave the jack because you still got to put in this these arms, and we'll be back, guys. So spring is finally in place, locked in and secured. For the rear struts of this car, Mitsubishi Lancer 02, you have to take these bolts out in order for this to come loose. It is definitely something that I did not look at when I was doing this job. I nowhere did it mention that you had to take all this stuff out, but obviously when you do mechanical work, sometimes you have to improvise in order to make your work more comfortable. So hopefully this video was entertaining. You guys got some clues on how to do rear struts. on a vehicle. I'm sure it's pretty basic along the lines of any economy car out there, and I hope you enjoyed. Next up, we are going to have a Mercedes-Benz SL 320 from the year 1999 that we are going to review, and we're going to tell you why it is the cheapest Mercedes-Benz in the USA.